You're asked to solve the quadratic equation by taking the square roots. So first thing I got to do here is solve for x squared. So I'm adding 4 to both sides and then dividing both sides by 5. And once I have solved for x squared, I need to take the square root of both sides because I want to get x by itself. So I get x equals plus or minus the square root of -4/5. That's a 5 if you can imagine it. And now here to simplify this, it's going to be a couple of steps here because first, I know that when I take the square root of a negative number, that becomes imaginary. So the way I'm going to kind of show this to you is that I'm breaking it up and I'm going to eventually simplify this part here, the square root of 4/5. But first, I just want to make sure that we understand that because it's the square root of a negative number, we're going to take out that square root of -1 and just represent that using I. Then I need to actually simplify the square root of 4/5. So let's rewrite this here so I can give you some more space, and then we'll see how we can simplify. So I'm going to simplify the square root of 4/5, and to do that, I'm going to break it up using the quotient rule. And now I know that the square root of 4 is just 2. And if you remember the rule, we can't have a square root in the denominator. So the way we get rid of that square root is we multiply it by 1, or we multiply it by the square root of 5 over the square root of 5, because if I'm multiplying these two things together, I get the square root of 25, which is really just 5. So there it is, simplified. So to put that back into my answer here, my final answer will be x equals plus or minus 2 root 5 over 5, and then I, because that tells us it is an imaginary number.